Okay. Men in Black. I remember when this was coming out back in the late 90s. It was everywhere. Commercials and stuff like that. I remember I really wanted to go see it. But at the time, we weren't really going to see movies. Like, I don't see movies like I do now. Like, back then, I wasn't going to make movies as I do now, you know. Go to see movies whenever I get money, you know. No. Especially since my brother was born the next year. But I remember we rented the VHS and watched it then, and it was, you know, Will Smith was big at this point, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, he's still big now, but, like, I knew him from Fresh Prince, but he just did Independence Day the year before, and now Men in Black, so, you know, this is when he was really getting big. And so Men in Black tells the story of James Woods. Tells the story of Jay. That's what he's known as. I forget his name. But he's a police officer for the NYPD, and he tracks down an alien on foot, and this catches the eye of the Men in Black, a secret organization that monitors alien and extraterrestrial life on Earth. We have Agent K, played by Tommy Lee Jones, and he recruits Jay, played by Will Smith, because his partner recently got neuralized. And what neuralized is that there's this little flashy thingy, but the size of a pen. They click the thing, and it flashes you, and you lose your memory. It takes your memory away. And not all your memory, but whatever they set it to. Whatever they set it to on the thing, that's how long the memory you get taken away. He sets it back to just before they got recruited, which you gotta think about something here. So, how long has his partner been with him? Like 10 years, 6 years? Think about that. Like, it sets back. They're gonna think it's 1997. They're gonna think it's 1991 once the memory pops up. How are they gonna explain that? You know what I mean? They do kind of explain that at the end, I guess. What happens is they have a bug. A bug, which is an alien entity from outer space. And it takes over the body of a man named Edgar, played by Vincent D'Onofrio. And the bug's mission is to get the galaxy from the Archelian galaxy. And the Men in Black have to stop him. So first and foremost, performances from Will Smith, Tommy Lee Jones, and even Vincent D'Onofrio, all great. A's across the board. No problem there. I never had any problems with this movie. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. It was on my top 10 favorite movies of all time list, I think it was. But yeah, just absolutely love this movie. There is one thing that's always bugged me, and it's a small little thing, but and it's somewhere towards the end of the film. Okay, so this whole thing, the Archelians are killed. Two Archelians that are on Earth are killed, and Edgar takes what he thinks is the galaxy, but it's really just a bunch of diamonds. So they're trying to find the galaxy, and with his dying breath, the Archelian, I forget his name, Rosenberg, says to save the galaxy, to save the universe, the galaxy's on Orion's belt. And Orion ends up being the name of the cat that Rosenberg owned. And they figure it out just a little bit too late. They figure it out just a little bit after Edgar does. So it's a little bit too late. So they gotta go back to the morgue, which is where the cat was left, with Laurel, who is the mortician. And they keep flashing thing in her. I know it's called a neuralizer, but I like calling it the flashy thing. And she has no memory of their previous visit where there was an alien and stuff there. Here's the thing, though. This is not what bugged me, but this is something I thought of. So they flashy thing her. Well, they did send people in to give her memory, so I guess it works. Because there's alien bodies in there, so this is the one. They did tell little thing that bugs me about this movie. They go in, and Jay says, "You give me 10 minutes." He says, "You got 5 minutes." He goes in, he starts talking to Laurel, right? He's talking to her, and he thinks she's hitting on him, but really she's trying to tell him that Edgar, Edgar, whatever, the Edgar bug is underneath the thing with the cat. And so earlier when Edgar showed up, he slimed the guy at the desk because he was swatting the bugs. And he didn't like that. And so he slimed him. So Kay walks into the building. He's standing by the front desk. He's looking around. He pulls out a cigarette, puts it in his mouth. And that's when he notices the slime when it falls down. He goes to light it and it falls down. What bugs me is that we don't see Kay smoke through the entire film and never again after that. So why they put that scene in there of Kay putting him in the mouth, ready to light it, just so that would fall? Why couldn't he just walk in and have it go on his head? Maybe Tommy Lee Jones wouldn't, let it do it that way, but it's always bugged me that we never see Kay smoke before this scene or even after it. Yet there's that one scene where he puts a cigarette in his mouth, goes to light it, and the thing falls down. And the little goop falls down. That's always bugged me. It doesn't make any sense with the way the film is. We don't, yes, you could say in the scenes that we don't see Kay, he could be smoking. Sure, but, some acknowledgement. See, like a pack in his pocket or on a desk when he's looking at that thing. Just something to signify that he is a smoker. But it just bugs me that out of nowhere he just, I don't know why. It just does. And yeah, the whole idea that there could be something more out there, I've always wondered, is there something more out there in the world? Are there aliens among us? We just don't know it yet. Like there's this whole board of people that could be aliens. Like they point out that Jay's middle school teacher, I think it was, or elementary school teacher was an alien. And there's a bunch of pictures. And you can like look at throughout the series, pictures like they're like in the third one, Lady Gaga's on there. And I noticed this time that Sylvester Stallone is on the monitors as one of the aliens. I guess the best of the yo, bro, go to distance, Maybe that's why he talks like that, But yeah, and every time I watch this, I always get the feeling that there wasn't supposed to be a sequel, or any sequels, any franchise, nothing. It's supposed to be a one and done, But it made so much money that. That they had a sequel, but it's just like the way this ended, it could have been, they could have done a sequel without Tommy Lee Jones, but it's just the way this ends and the way the next one begins, it's just kind of like, I'll get to it when I get to the second one, but it's just, because the ending for Kay in this is so perfect. And they just sort of throw that into the garbage with the next one. So what it is that Kay reveals towards the end of the film that he wasn't training a partner in Jay. He was training a replacement. See, they defeat the bug, the whole thing. Okay. 1997 CGI, not the best, but I think the bug CGI still kind of stands up a little bit. I was like, oh, here we go. It's going to look terrible. But no, it's actually decent. It's alright. Not bad. For 97 CGI, you know what I mean? Yeah. Not bad. But yeah. They do say that there could be sequels with, So K wants to be neuralized, and he does. And it says at the end that he was, that they said he was in a coma for how many years he was part of the MIB. And that's why, he wakes up, happy life. And if they had not done a sequel, if they had not had that push to bring Tommy Lee Jones back for the sequel, then Kay would have had a happy life. What he wanted. But because they needed to do a sequel, because they wanted to do a sequel, they knew they couldn't do it without Tommy Lee Jones, so they brought him back. And it completely ruins everything that Kay has done in this film. It does, because the whole purpose of getting Jay was so that Kay could retire. And then the sequel shits all over that. I mean, in regards to bringing Kay back. I like the sequel, don't get me wrong. Bringing Kay back? Maybe Linda Fiorentino want to come back. I don't know. Maybe they just decided that they couldn't do a sequel without Tommy Lee Jones. I don't know, but Kay's ending here is perfect, and that's the way it should be. And we'll talk about the third one, because that one's okay too, but I'll get to that. And yes, the first two films in the franchise, Will Smith did a song for. The third one, it's Pitbull, but I guess he didn't have a song to coincide with this. I guess Will Smith didn't have a song to coincide with the third one, but the first two I have a song from him, and I like both those songs. I like the one, the third one too, but it's not Will Smith. But yeah, and Frank, how they do that is even that looks pretty good for 1997 CGI. The way they did that, pretty good. Rip Torn is always funny. It's weirder in the second one, and he's not in the third one. Maybe Rip Torn when I come back. I don't know. But, yeah. And it sets up that now Laurel is Agent L, and she's Jay's partner. And then, and Jay is content. He's got his own little, he's part of the MIB. He's happy. He's fine. And it ends on a happy note. Showing, the weird... They always had to have a weird ending with the alien marbles and stuff. This is the first one. Pretty good movie. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Like I said, I love this movie, but it's not one of the perfect ones. That's for sure. 9 out of 10 for this. So what are your thoughts on Men in Black? Let me know in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.